Hi class, my name is Anna Drummond and this week I studied the theorist Albert Bandura. Bandura started studying psychology as an elective course and then fell in love with it, so guess what he did? He got a bachelor's, master's, and doctorate in psychology because he fell so in love with it. Bandura is mostly known for his contributions to developmental and educational psychology. He began his work by being fascinated by human motivation, action, and thought, along with working with Richard Walters on aggression. Through his work with aggression, Bandura created the experiment known as the Bobo doll experiment. The point of this experiment was to expose children to watching adults be aggressive and abusive towards the doll. The children that watched this behavior often exhibited the same behavior to the doll when given the opportunity. Later, when the children observed the adults getting into trouble while they abused the doll, the children would often show less signs of abuse towards the doll because they too did not want to get into trouble. This showed the point to emphasize how children learn social behaviors and imitate others through observation. Bandura developed this social cognitive theory to show the importance of social awareness and influence that we have on others. An example of this would be possibly someone who is smoking for several years and gets lung cancer. Oftentimes, if you knew that you could get lung cancer from smoking, I'm sure that you never would have picked up the habit, correct? I know for me that was a reason why I didn't, was I knew that there were illnesses that you could gain from doing things like that with substances. Even alcohol can have an effect on your liver, for an example. Bandura also argues that people act based on two choices, being humane and inhumane. To act inhumane involves a cognitive restructuring as one justifies the behavior. An example of this would be when we first got to America and took over the land from the Native Americans. Some of the actions that we did to them were very inhumane, and we justified it by wanting a free land and a place to call our own and our own home, taking it away from somebody else who was already here. Bandura has also contributed to the idea of self-efficacy, which is a person's belief in their own ability. Self-empowerment, basically. We live in a society today that is very obsessed with the idea of being independent and doing everything on our own, which, don't get me wrong, can be a good thing. However, I think there is a thin line that we need to be careful of in making sure that we include God into our lives and being, given the opportunity to show himself and helping us, because we are nothing without him, which I think is important to help clients remember. I do think in counseling there comes that point, where we teach the client coping skills that they can do on their own, but there is also a level where we want to include Christ in that and overcoming our obstacles and disorders that may be at hand. Bandura is currently still living. He is actually known as one of the greatest psychologists still alive. He is often paired up with Piaget and Freud and some of the other more popular known psychologists out there. He was one of the founders for modern psychology and has had many books out and has won many awards, and as you can tell is very accomplished, and I really enjoyed this project and the research that I got to do on him. Thank you.